Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Chris Davis. Today we're going to do a movie review. This one will be for Wicked. So spoiler warning, if you have not seen the film and if you don't want to hear any spoilers, please click off this video, watch the film and come back. If you don't care for any spoilers, please continue to keep watching. Now before we get into the review, I want to point out that I did review The Wizard of Oz. If you want to check out that review, if you're interested, I'll have an end card somewhere up here for you to look at it. With that being said, now let's get into the review. So, Wicked. What did I think of this film? I thought this film was really well done. It was an amazing film. It's almost 3 hours long. Long film, but I still enjoyed this film. I enjoyed the music. I enjoyed the acting. I enjoyed the whole story of the film. So, notable actresses and actors: Ariana Grande as Glinda, Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, Jonathan Bailey as Prince Fliero, Michelle Yeoh as Madame Morrible, Jeff Goldblum as the Wizard of Oz, and then you have Peter Dinklage as Dr. Dillerman. Everyone did an amazing job in their roles. Everyone's acting was really good. I have no complaints about the acting. Ariana Grande did an excellent job as Glinda. Glinda in Wicked is self-absorbed, and she thinks the whole world revolves around her. She's the popular girl. Everybody loves and admires Glinda. It's hard to believe, though, that Glinda was once self-absorbed, because in The Wizard of Oz, she's very wholesome and kind. Now, Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba. Elphaba, you can't help but feel bad for Elphaba in this film, because her family, the school, and most of the world hates her because of the color of her skin, because she's green. She has no control over that, but people treat her with a lot of disdain. And she has this rivalry with Glinda, especially when she has to be her roommate. Glinda, everyone loves Glinda. Everyone wants to be Glinda. Everybody hates Elphaba, and she has a rivalry. She has a rivalry intention with Glinda. Now, even though Elphaba has a very hard life, in the beginning and middle of this film, she does have some things going for her. Madame Morrible, who is this very strict and hard to please teacher, sees great potential in Elphaba and takes her in as her student. She wasn't going to even be able to get into the school unless Madame Morrible did this. So this is a great thing. She also has Dr. Dillerman, who treats her with kindness and respect. And she has Prince Fliero. When Prince Fliero meets Elphaba, he's shocked by her skin color, but after the initial shock, he just treats her as a normal person. So Elphaba does have some things going for her. Madame Morrible, who didn't want to teach anybody, saw what Elphaba was capable of and decided to take her in as a student, giving her a place in the school to learn more about magic. Now, there's this one scene where you really feel bad for Elphaba. So, the scene where you feel really bad for Elphaba, it's when Glinda invites Elphaba to the prom. She gives Elphaba this witch hat, saying it looks great on her. And Elphaba is reluctant to accept the hat and go to the prom because she thinks it's a trap, and it is. But Elphaba decides to go ahead, go to the prom, wear the hat. As we go to the prom scene, Madame Morrible talks to Glinda, tells her that she's going to accept Glinda as a student. And the reason for it is that Madame Morrible doesn't want Glinda as a student. She doesn't see any potential for her to learn magic, but she's going to accept her as a student and teach her magic because Elphaba wants her to. Elphaba told Madame Marble that if she didn't take Glinda in as a student to learn magic, she was going to quit learning magic. She was going to quit learning magic from Madame Marble and leave the school. Madame Marble doesn't want that potential to be wasted. So to keep Elphaba as a student, she's going to take Glinda in as a student and teach her magic, even though she doesn't think Glinda has any potential to be a good witch and learn magic. So when Glinda hears this and she accepts Madame Marble's offer, Elphaba comes into the prom wearing the hat, and people are staring at Elphaba, looking at her, laughing at her, and Elphaba knows that Glinda has set her up. And so to play it off, the weird hat, the weird look, she does this weird dance, but it only looks very cringe. Glinda feels terrible because Elphaba did something nice for her, getting her the teacher she always wanted, but Glinda set Elphaba up to be a laughingstock. So filled with guilt, Glinda goes out on the dance floor to do the weird dance with Elphaba. Glinda's popular friends jump in and tell her to stop, that if she continues to do this, it'll ruin her popularity. But after what Elphaba has done for Glinda, there's no way Glinda cannot go through with it. She has to support Elphaba, even if people view her in a different light. So she does the weird dance. People are laughing at both of them at first, but then everyone eventually starts doing the weird dance. And then that's when things turn around for Elphaba. She's more socially accepted. She has more friends. Glinda and Elphaba form a bond with each other. Glinda helps Elphaba by changing her appearance, teaching her how to be popular, the do's and don'ts. And as I said, things are even looking up for Elphaba. There is this other conflict that's going on in the movie. Animals that can speak and teach in classes, they are losing the ability to speak, and they're having their teaching privileges taken away from them. And we don't really know the reason why this is happening until towards the end of the film, when the Wizard of Oz reveals himself, and he drops a line to Glinda and Elphaba that when he came to the land of Oz, things were in chaos. So to unite the people, he had to give them a common enemy. So when he dropped that line, he's basically telling that in order for the people of Oz to get along, he has to give them a common enemy, and the common enemy are the animals. But Elphaba has a serious problem with this because Dr. Dilliman was so kind to her before anyone else was, except Madame Marble. But other than that, basically he was kind to her before anyone else, and Elphaba doesn't like this at all. And that's when she goes to this turning point of becoming the Wicked Witch of the West. Now, one other interesting thing that I saw in this film that I wanted to bring up: the original actresses for Glinda and Elphaba were in this film. When they were in the Emerald City, that's where we saw them. Lessons that I learned in this film, or that were emphasized to me: don't judge people by their appearance. Also, it asks us this question: are people born evil, or do they turn evil because of how they were treated in life? So those are the lessons that were emphasized to me in this film. I mean, whoever wrote Wicked, I guess they wanted us to feel sympathy for the Wicked Witch, but you know, it is hard to feel sympathy for the Wicked Witch and the Wizard of Oz when she's going after Dorothy and poor Toto. But I really enjoyed this film. I liked it a lot. If you have not seen it, don't let that it's almost 3 hours long turn you away. Go see the film. It's great. So that's all we have for today. If you liked what I had to share, please hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and all of you have a great day.